This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here? Hello?
Okay.
Anyone here?
So we're given control of the main character, Jesse Faden. So we're starting here. I'm just looking around for some collectibles. So we'll try to make sure to get everything, and I will be giving you some time to read through the collectibles as well. So the opening part, there is a lot of things to collect, a lot of things to read. So let's get on with it. Up the stairs, we're gonna be checking every room. Of course, we'll be looking for some items that we can pick up, and of course research records, case files, and all those other things. We'll be checking them one by one.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
So the first part is also going to be serving as a tutorial on how to navigate and move around the camera. So the controls are pretty basic, similar to any other games that you might have played.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
So this is the first playthrough, and lore-wise, the game is pretty cryptic at the very start. I guess the lore is hidden in all of those documents, that's why I'm opting to read them all, so that I have a better understanding of the story of the game. So you might have noticed that the items get highlighted. So initially I thought that it didn't have a specific range, but as we play through the game, you'll notice that some of the items that are far away won't pop up, so you really have to still explore the area to make sure you don't miss anything specific, especially some items that you might have as you move through the game.
Hello? Hey,
And
excuse
cue
me.
cutscene.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, you're relevant. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird.
So we have the first mission of the game. Welcome to the oldest house. So it's more exploring that we have to do. So over here, I got a bit confused because the janitor reversed the area. So it seems that you were going forward, but he faced you the other way.
I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Cue cutscene.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men
So
of this
another thing you'd notice is that this game has areas lock. So that door to the right before we entered is one of the rooms that you have to unlock after you get a specific item. So we'll get back to that area some other time once we have that item already. So When there are locations that are locked, you would hear a beeping sound telling you that
Shit.
it's locked or it's not yet accessible for you. And now
Pick
we
it up? The murder weapon?
get to the second part of the tutorial about combat.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power
Cue
can
cutscene.
cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
So we're here in the Azure plane, or maybe that's what it's called. So whenever you're brought to this place, it's something about a tutorial. Either you get a new skill or you unlock a new ability. And in this section, it's more navigating and platforming, and our first melee combat, which is actually very good. I like the visuals of
The
that.
same gun.
And our gun.
Okay. Now I have a gun.
And here is where you'll notice that I'm not that good with guns. So I'm trying to get a headshot here, but it's a bit difficult. We'll get better at this as we move along through the game. And that's 2 kills. So the small blue things on the floor are actually your health pickups, but since we're still full on health, we are not getting them. So you can actually 2-hit them with your melee attack, but of course be careful as they also retaliate with the same melee attack. For range combat, something I did notice about this game is some minor issue with hitboxes, especially when you're aiming through objects such as this one. I should have hit that, but I guess hitboxes.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here.
Now we're back to the real world
Things have quieted
after
down
the
outside.
tutorial,
Is
and
it safe to go?
we'll be meeting enemies now in the real world.
You can't let this happen. 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 Horror. Get the fuck away!
So 3 enemies here to kill. So they're what you call his guards, I guess the grunts of the game.
Objects of
So
power.
this one is the same cutscene that we watched, so we're skipping that one. And here is some background about the service weapon, the first item that we have. So here's the background about his guards. Let's continue. So in this game you also get customizations. So there would be two. One is for the weapon currently and another is for your personal. So here I equip a damage boost plus 15% and I believe a plus 25% health pickup on, I guess you could call that your armor. So from here on out, we'll be having regular battles with enemies regularly.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guidance. Reach the hotline.
The hotline. That's the dead man. Okay.
Got that one. That one. More collectibles that you can read. We'll try to get as many of the collectibles as possible in this playthrough. One thing I did notice starting this point is that you can kill the enemies in like 2 to 3 body shots, or I guess 2 headshots. So we're checking around for any new items here in the game. One recording here,
Reminder.
an audio file.
Experience and unanticipated.
I'm really bad at guns. So here's an example of locating items far away. So if you noticed, that item did not highlight itself when I was far away. So make sure you explore really well in this game, so that you don't miss items.
Reminder. If you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention.
Okay. So those people that are just floating around or somehow your lower tier enemies, sometimes they come down, sometimes they don't.
Hissing sound that tried to invade me
We'll
earlier.
see better explanation after this section.
Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
It's a radio. I'm actually not sure if having it play out or not has effect on the game. Currently, we don't know. So this is your first mini boss for the game, I guess. So it's a ranger and it's a bit more tankier than the usual grunt. Takes a lot more hits. And another thing that I might not have yet mentioned, the reloading system in this game is a bit weird. You don't actually reload, you kinda have like a cooldown or such. So if you don't consume all of your ammo, it returns faster, but if you drain all of it, it's a bit slower. That's how I've noticed it so far. So take caution of that.
Wait, what does that mean? Help me fix it.
Now we cleanse the control point here, and I believe we get another semi-cutscene.
Holy shit! You did it! We did it!
So another thing that you'd notice about objectives is that there's like a swirling section that tells you where to go next. It kinda is easy to miss sometimes, so pay attention all the time so that you don't miss these items. I did miss it one way or another.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh shit! You're the new director. Hold on, we're coming out.
So here we learn that she's the director, or the new one.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this
Hiss?
that works. Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown.
It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot. Ah. I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown, before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out.
And this one. And she dies. Or I think she dies.
It didn't work. The hiss has burned.
So
too
Emily
deep.
Pope is gonna be our mission hub for the current section of the game. We'll be going back to her several times. She'll direct us to objectives for the game. So, but the materials here that I'm currently looking at are like crafting materials. So, as you progress through the game, you have to use those items to buy some upgrades and stuff like that. So, for now, you can't do anything with them as you haven't unlocked that section yet. But in this video, we'll have a chance to do that.
I can't cleanse them. I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen. The Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. A few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench. The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
To ask me anything.
Okay, so that first mission is complete. Now we proceed to the next one. And here we have your item boxes. So they're scattered through the game, and it's the first one I've found on this playthrough. There should be others, and we'll try to get as many as we can. So I'm not sure if the items inside are static drops or they may change from different playthroughs. So the shelters currently function as like giant storage sections. Sometimes they contain files or item boxes. I'm not sure if there's gonna be more to this safe houses as we play along, but so far that's what we've learned on them. By the way, for the map, you can run around while it's open. It's semi-transparent, so it
There it is
helps
again.
around if
A
you're trying to
welcome message.
navigate in this game. That drop is specific to a form of the weapon that we'll learn through later. it's not something I can equip right now. And also, I've noticed here in this game you can actually like disassemble the items to get, I guess, money or funds for the game. So take that in mind. Have one more item box in this section to pick up. And you get materials, and a bit more combat follows after. Right after we read another file. 3 hits to the body. So that giant red area is a place you can't go yet. So we'll proceed downwards. And I believe around 4 to 5 enemies are here. That's 2. That's 3. 4 and 5. Pick up some loot. So I'm looking around if I miss anything. You'll notice the doors have like symbols on top of them. So like green or yellow means you can open, and red if you can't. So here you get another file. So this here is another shelter. This one is, I believe, similar to the previous one we had. Nothing special on this one. Oh, this one is the one I can't get at the moment. I'm not sure if we're gonna get a skill to be able to enter those kinds of areas, but for now we'll leave it alone. So I went back here as I was not yet able to explore here up top, but there's nothing here, so I'm just gonna go back. So here is another combat that you have to do. the area where you have like the red areas where you have battles, if you notice, similarly to the previous one, the map is altered a bit here. So if you'll notice right now, there's a big thing blocking my way, but after we do the battle, things shift around. So do take note of that afterwards for exploring and shortcuts. So here is our first encounter with shielded, or I guess armored enemies. So I think I equipped a modifier for against armored enemies, kill them faster. So I was not aiming for some headshots here, so I did some multiple body shots. Again, pretty bad with guns. Something I need to really work on. Item box. Energy boost. A lot of items in the game here are interactable. Later when we get an upgrade, you'll see more of it. It's pretty good. The physics that they use are amazing for this game. Checking around some items, checking to see if I've equipped the best one. So that's one door that's currently unread, and you can't enter those. So a few more enemies up top. Be careful. So here they're taking, I guess, 4 shots because I'm using the anti-armor modifier and not plus damage. So I guess those basic grunts don't have armor, hence no bonus damage for the current modifier we have on the weapon. So our mission got updated after that, and now you'll notice that this big blocking sections were removed as we already finished the red area. Cue another video cutscene.
8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on, and they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
So they're foreshadowing your next upgrade, which is the telekinetic lift, telekinetic powers.
Communications. We're on the right track.
So here I fell accidentally and found another box. And it contains materials. Let me know in the comments section if those are static drops for you. Might be something to consider on a second playthrough of the game. Cue creepy cutscene.
Hey, Meg! What's wrong?
My mom's dead.
I'm so sorry, Meg. What happened?
I don't know. They blacked it out.
It's like the director says. Confidential and children both start with C.
The director's a puppet. They run third person.
Dad says my mama went missing in action. She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Topher. We'll find your mama together.
Creepy dolls. Those creepy dolls. So another thing you'd notice is those floating bodies. I believe they actually talk. Never really stood around trying to listen to what they say, but would probably be something related to lore of the game. So over up top there you see an item box, and yes, we are going to be able to get it. We take this ladder. I'm not sure, but my climbing there was a bit glitchy. I'm not sure why, but probably through the angle of how I climbed the stairs. So after exploring this section, we'll proceed to the communications department. Comfort room. Here I would suggest to go up first. I believe there's another item box there that you could get. Just something to save time, so go there first before proceeding. Oh, here I went to the shelter again. I believe this one is, yeah, normal, and I guess there you get a file and another item box. Let's pick up that box. We get an ammo refund mod. I'm not sure if it's worth it for a current gun, but something to consider, I guess, for better versions. And this is the time I do go upstairs, just making sure I don't miss anything, and the only thing you'd see up top is a locked door and another box. An energy recovery mod this time.
Object of power. Looks like the pulse of latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
So here the goal is to get near that red dangerous looking thing. It's not that hard, just make sure you go through the covers quick, time it out and walk through. That's how you finish the section quickly. So use those cartons in the middle. Get the timing right. There's 3 throws and then you can go. Another level 1 clearance door. I think I'll be going back to that later after I get the access card. And here I was checking on what to do to get to it, but apparently you just have to run down those stairs on the other side and you're good to go. And you get the telekinetic powers right after we do another astral plane section.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here.
So it's hold E to grab and press E to launch. We'll be learning how to do that here. As I mentioned, these sections are your technical tutorials. It's just good that they put this here so that you get a feel of how the new skill works. And this is, I think, where I die for the first time. Let's wait for it. Here I'm not sure if you really have to use yellow ones, but I guess you have to. So more telekinesis things. And a battle using our new skills. So for the unarmored ones, they die in, I guess, one direct hit from it. If not, you have to follow up with some shots. So it depends upon the enemy how much damage you'll be doing with the skill. Again, weird hitboxes and my first death. Sorry about that. I did not see the gap. That small gap there. So when you die, the enemies don't really respawn and you're taken back to a very near checkpoint on each section of this game. Which is somehow a good thing, that you don't lose too much progress when you die. Although I guess it makes the game a bit easier, I guess, but for me who struggles with guns and shooting games, it's a big help.
Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
So we got our new skill, and they'll be giving a section on where you can use it. First time I did this on this guy, boom, and one shot. So it depends upon how well you hit it with the item and how much damage it's going to do. We do that one and one shot, and it's dead. So here I'm trying to look for the enemy. First one is down. So I have a few more to clear. So this was the section that we couldn't go through, but now that we have our telekinesis skill, we're able to. So onward we go. It's a lot of things to read on that one. So sometimes games hide their lores inside items, so that's why I'm reading through all of them. Make sure I don't skip anything.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Another item box over here on the side. And here is your first keycard. So now we are able to access all those number 1 doors that we left about.
This must open the
But
door.
I don't believe we're gonna be running through them on this playthrough. More weird radios to check, and another item box. This time it's materials. More enemies here. Give them, hit them one and one tap them. That's how easy they are to kill for now. Here is a duplicate clearance one. You can, or I guess not, pick it up, and I'm not sure if it will affect the game. That no. So this is the first time we'll be using that item, that clearance card, and here is another room that we can't get into that was similar to one of the safe rooms a while ago. So I'm not really sure what they are currently, but I guess we'll soon find out. So here I tried to do some things to get the item, but to no avail, I failed. So here I'm trying to hit stuff and maybe deactivate the switch or not, but it's not working for me on that place. So we're nearing our, well, here it's going to be like a semi-boss battle. I believe it's another ranger that you have to fight, so those guys have a lot more guns and a better accuracy on items, or on the shots he hits. So the power glove is a nice thing to have on this section, but if you don't have it yet, equip. So here is another ranger that we have to kill. Again, use the environment around you to help you defeat this guy. Takes a lot or a big chunk of his HP if you throw him something to his face. And that's my first combat death. And you respawn back to the closest control panel you have. So second attempt here. So here we're trying to kill the enemies, and I think it's the first time as well I hear some shotguns on this game. Although it's not part of our equipment yet, so maybe in the near future we'll get more weapons. For now it's the handgun. So here I'm just raining bullets on this guy, do a quick reload and shoot again. That's how easy these fights go if you know what you're doing and are prepared. More records to check. Another enemy to kill, and some peaceful time to do some stuff. So it's just time to double check, making sure I did not miss anything. And I believe now we're going to be starting the boss fight for this section of the game. But before that, let's explore first. That's a lot of mana to use, so let's make it useful. So here I was trying to look for a save, but realized things are auto-saving in this game. For this one, I did not expect an enemy to be on the other side, and so I dropped my chair and I guess missed an opportunity to deal damage to this guy.
They can fly now. Great.
So this guy, for you to defeat him, you have to share, I guess, your training deck in your assault class, which is nursing for me. So I guess it doesn't work if it's just a pistol, and another death for me. I guess that makes it 3 for the whole game currently. So let's see if I do incur additional ones in the next few minutes. Let's go for another attempt, but this time let's change some items to better reflect our quality. So here we're just checking on the modifiers, whatever is best to give us a better chance of winning this upcoming fight.
They can fly. Great.
So the way to kill this boss is just to throw 2 items consecutively. The first one will miss, but the second one will. But you still have to aim, of course, but that's how it's gonna work. Now after you get their guard down, pepper them with some bullets, rinse, and repeat for this boss. So the hard part, I guess, is making sure that he doesn't accumulate a lot of minions, because they will eat into your energy as you progress through the game. So make sure you're properly covered on that. Again, we're trying to battle. I'm not sure exactly if I live here. I might die. I don't recall. Yeah, I died. There you go. But I do believe we get this guy on the 3rd try. Let's see. Or maybe the 4th. Again, let's go again for another try. I believe for this one we do really get it. Let's go.
They can fly now. Great.
As you see, there you go. 2 shots. And then pepper with bullets. So he'll keep on throwing items at us, keep on throwing back items at us, and just wait for that item thing to be picked up, as he will be throwing that back to the boss again, if you want to. So almost there. We're about to get the kill. And we're good. Thank you very much. So back to exploration, making sure we don't miss any items. And some more reading, of course. Lore for the game. So this is the boss that we did fight a while ago. His elevated.
Let's stay focused. The hotline should be past the mailroom.
So just trying to explore, make sure I don't miss anything before we proceed on to the next area. Nope, that's locked. Well, that's not locked anymore. It's the upper door for the same area. More reading.
Alberto Tomasi, head of comms.
And Tomasi is one of the bosses that we'll probably have to kill again, since we did not see his body die on that first boss battle, so that's something to consider.
Alright, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds of an altered item would show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
Another item pickup. This one, something to really consider about, the headshot boost. Although, if you're not really good at that, you may pick a different mod that highlights your strengths, especially for shooter games. Another item box that we missed the first thing around, I guess. So we're now down to the hotline chamber. If you noticed in the previous cutscene at the start of the game, it's the same area that we're going through. Some more reading to run through. Day, on the other hand, is something different. So we have to go through the other side, and I fall on my first run through again. So I guess that counts around 4 that's already. Not sure if the game does track number of that, but it probably does, but I'm not sure if I'm going to transfer it there. And no, you don't have to fight the boss again if you die on that. The game auto-saves in certain sections so that you don't have to, and I guess it's a very helpful feature. Unfortunately, you have to also make sure that you still have the regular save file, as it's more secure. Having the code is prone to you losing the paper or other stuff like that, but here I'll proceed.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream Logic. The light switch cord. Door marked with the black pyramid.
Oh, so that's where you see. So you need to pull the switch at least 3 times. Another one. And you get a different area. So this is like a mini puzzle wherein you have to go to the front desk and tap the bell and enter a specific room to get the key so that you can proceed on with the story. So here I'm still trying to understand the game, but what would happen is a different door would open depending upon the configuration. So in the end, you have to get the key so that you can open the door mentioned in a previous file, the one with an inverted pyramid. So if you notice, every time you ring the bell, a different door opens. That's the sign of light passing through, and I believe it's in the second one for the key that you really need. Oh, correction, the key is on the last room. And now we use that to open the door with the upside down pyramid, which transfer you to another light that you have to pull 3 times again. I guess again it's always 3 times. And now we're able to get the hotline, and I believe there is another cutscene after this. So another tutorial. Again, whenever you go through here, it's going to be a tutorial. I don't really get this section and what it's trying to tell you, but basically it's gonna be about timing and how you move through the section. So I did not die to those black things, but I'm curious on what they will do. I'm not sure if shooting them really worked there, but they did shrink a smaller size. I believe that is helpful, but I'm not willing to stay around and check. So for here, I just ran through since he was on the other side. And then you're home free. Take a jump here, and then you get information. More jumps, and you can go out.
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
Cue cutscene.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. thought like
Oh,
I can reach Trench.
I
Well,
don't think I saw that when I was playing this section.
An echo with important.
Where her nose bled? Lore, I guess. We'll see as we play through the game more.
When I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able
And
to
now
help.
we're going to be running back to the first area. Here I noticed that you could jump and shoot at the same time, which is, I guess, a bit unique for this game. A bit more combat here, but nothing too fancy. Just shoot the guys and they're dead. Be careful though. Don't wanna die and rerun areas again. This multiple times. Armored units, they really go down with the telekinesis power, so make use of that. Whenever you throw an item at them and the item does not explode, it usually is enough to bring them down to one pistol shot. That physics is very good. So again, throw. They survive. One more shot. Let's go back. More exploring. I really like to check around stuff so that you don't miss anything. Remember, you can use waypoints in this game if you have not noticed, so I'm going to be using that to go back to Emily at the Central Executive. And we're back. So let's talk to Emily again.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms, the hiss? Sorry, you made it. I'm glad.
Emily?
Just some more readings. So the phone item, unlike the floppy disk and the service weapon, I don't believe they provide skills, but they do give you another option here on the menu to listen to some recordings. So
I can hear the hotline ringing
sit
in my
tight.
dreams, constantly ringing so loud I can't hear the voice I'm straining to understand. Why don't I pick up? It's a secure line of communication with the board. They would tell me what I need to know. Do I fear their answers? Would they have warned me of this threat? I didn't see it coming. A traitor in our midst. A conspiracy plotted right behind me. I can't trust anyone. I must assume all my intel has been manipulated. The hotline is the only channel I can trust. Bind it, control it. The rule and the ritual with objects of power. They can't be tampered with. A lifeline to the astral plane and the board. I must seek guidance. Soon. I'll rest first. I'm so tired. Always tired now. I must reach the hotline. I think I'm under attack. An attack of dementia, exhaustion. It's a brain cloud making me forget. The hotline. I must reach the hotline. It's a long time to learn how to stabilize the control points, the ley lines, the meridians of the oldest house. Darling found a way to soothe this beast. We discovered we must cleanse control points of all interference. It's my duty as the director, like Northmore before me. I couldn't manage it in my own house, at my home. I'll damn well do it here. Without the control points, the oldest house would swallow us alive. We'd be sealed inside an endless labyrinth. No one would hear our screams. If an enemy ever managed to corrupt the control points, it'd be over fast, spreading like cancer, leaving over the fire breaks like a crown of fire. They are the weak point. Darwin's right about that. He's wrong about everything else. Dangerously wrong. Suspiciously wrong. Has he been compromised? A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well. The Ocean View Motel and Casino is a familiar friend to me. I stayed in countless motels like it while investigating AWEs across the country, back in my field agent days. Those roadside motels all bleed together like a dream. Same and not the same. Anywhere and nowhere. The Ocean View operates on dream logic, and the light switch cord leaks out to be found in the most unexpected places, and sometimes successfully encouraged to appear and act as a convenient lock to keep out those not trained in dreamscape navigation. Even Bureau veterans can only find one key in the motel, the key that opens the door marked with the inverted black pyramid. The rest, the many other doors, are still mysteries to us. We're all merely guests there. Even the board. Sometimes I need to visit, just to breathe easier for a while. It beats the numb, sterile apartment I spend my nights in, insulated from everything but myself. I guess that's where the whiskey comes in. Something's coming. The whisper's growing louder. Worst winter storm in Bureau history. Retribution for my sins. Our sins. This threat could destroy the Bureau, everything I've built. Destroy me. A web spun, turning this place against me. I catch glimpses of it in the corner of my eye. It's just out of reach. Elusive. It's clever. A perverse game of hide and seek. Is this part of my attack? Obfuscating the facts. Dimming my eyes. It's hard to tell. need answers. I haven't heard back from Darling. I fear for my friend, my closest ally. I think we made a terrible mistake all those years ago. That thing he studies is putting us all in danger. It's my duty as director to keep the Bureau safe. It'll be difficult. What's done can't be undone. There's no easy fix. Magical thinking is a requirement for survival. Pain and suffering are mandatory. To change things, you have to break yourself. I don't know if I have the strength. I'm old and weak. I'm afraid. See my hands trembling. I'm losing control.
Let's talk.
Of course.
I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying here.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her Rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown. Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that in the hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself. Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
And that's the end of the second mission. We have the next one, the directorial override, but we'll save that for the next section.
Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
We'll check adding ability points before we end the video. So we're given 4 ability points here, which will be getting some basic skills. I believe I'll be getting health here. Let's see. So the upgrades are somehow a bit linear, but we'll see as we progress if anything changes on that. So I think for this one I got the health, and then I got the energy, and I think I get the launch because I don't really use the melee function that much, if you've noticed. And also I don't have enough points for the other ones. So there we get launch, we get an additional weapon farm slot, but I don't think I equipped anything there. For weapons, this is where you see that those materials are used for the weapon upgrades. So make sure you collect all of those on your playthroughs. Can upgrade them as well, but there are some materials that we haven't seen yet, so I'll probably save some of this for the ones or the better ones. I think I did get the shatter weapon, which I don't believe I was able to test yet on this playthrough, but on the next video we'll make sure to use that one and see if it works well. Got a reload efficiency there. We also have side quests, and they have rewards that we can get, so I guess you can somehow grind some items in this game. We'll also try that on the next video. You have levels on the screw boards as well. I got some here that I'll be doing soon. I believe they do cycle, as I think I abandoned one's quest here, or you call it a board countermeasure. Or yeah, I did. The one on the 5th slot. No bonus outfits here, and thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Please drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, guys. See you in the next video.